Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Grumman YouTube channel. And today we're going to be talking about a flap motor, specifically a two-place flap motor, and all the wiring harness that goes with it. And when we take a motor out of an aircraft, when we're salvaging it, we save the entire harness all together with all the connectors and plugs, and we usually put them in big Ziploc bags so they're easy to hang on to. So stand by while we explain some more of this to you. So we would like to ask you please subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the notify to stay current with our content. Now I know that you could harness a flap motor fairly easily from out of an aircraft. You unbolt it from the thing, you take it loose from the flap torque tube, you take a pair of wire cutters and you just start cutting wires. But as you can see here, we've left the entire harness for the flap switch embedded in with the motor. So when somebody goes to get it, they're probably going to get a flap switch out of the deal. And we left all the other wires just so we can kind of hang on to it and kind of get a feel for where all it went in the airplane. Now this was just an illustrative person. We did have somebody ask us the other day about a two-place flap motor, and we did pull this one out. But again, we take them out of the airplane and keep them in their entirety because we don't want to start cutting them up for parts. You know, a used flap switch, a flap motor, maybe a headphone jack out of the deal, but that's about all you're going to get out of a harness on one of our airplanes. There's really not a whole lot there, and the wiring is old and needs to be replaced anyway. And the same goes for the coax. If you've got coax in your airplane that's 40-50 years old, go to the avionics shop and get some new modern coax. It's a lot lower loss transmission wise, which means your radio will talk further and you'll be able to listen further when you have other weak calls out there. But anyway, so this is all the flap harness, and as you can see right there, Hopscotch was kind of interested in all what I was doing with it, but we left it there. And this is an original harness, and as you can see, all the wires have the numbers and the routing lines embedded on there, and there's a ton of zip ties in this thing. So again, it's not that bad of a deal to take one out in its entirety. It was more for informative purposes. That was a headphone jack. You just go over right there, and there's a piece of coax that we coiled up that goes to another radio from the splitter, and then of course the piece that goes all the way up to the front hooks into the main panel that brings the RF signals back for it, and then also the electrical connections that hooks into the plus and the ground side of the whole assembly. So ladies and gentlemen, it's not a very complicated system. The flap motor is the thing that I was doing the video of, but we hope you found all this about the harness and everything, and you can decode all of those numbers that are on the wires by going to the maintenance manual. So it'll have a number like 5IP37. You can go look that number right up and see what it is. So then let's go on and talk a little bit here about the end of the cable. So we're just going to start at the power end and up underneath the panel. We're going to follow the wire back down with the coax, and it works all its way back until you get to the main harnesses that we've talked about earlier, and you get to the big assembly. So it's a complicated issue, but again, we like to take them out with the harness completely because it helps you understand what's going on with the electrical system and the flap motor system a little bit better. So ladies and gentlemen, we hope you found all this useful and informative. Thanks for watching, and have a great day flying your Grumman. Freckles, our cat supervisor, and we'd like to introduce the new cats to you. We have Hopscotch there on the left. The other small ginger is Tarzan. He came with that name, and his sister will be popping up in just a second, and her name is Sweet Pea. These are the new cats that we've adopted into our home. It's going to be a nice little family, and we're having a ball. Thanks for watching.